All is not well within the G20 grouping, and this is what the Russian spokesperson of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Maria Zakhara's statement at least indicates, where she has clearly said that whatever West is trying to do, the G7 bloc, specifically within G20, is trying to create an anti-Russia, anti-China information. And they are also trying to Ukrainization of all the international platforms wherever even the discussion on Ukraine is not necessary. They are trying to push for discussion regarding Ukraine crisis, despite not knowing the actual situation or the ground realities of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. So this has been the Russian perspective. Uh, Also, what is going to happen in G20? While the Russian side has been very supportive of India's G20 presidency, and they have reiterated their commitment to support India's G20 presidency and its work also in the past, they have still President Putin has still given a skip to the G20 summit level talks in Delhi, and he is sending his foreign minister Sergei Lavrov in Delhi, who will be, keeping the Russian point of view across to the world leaders at the G20 platforms. We have seen Sergei Lavrov also attending brief summit level talks in South Africa in Johannesburg, but that was mostly because of the reason that there was a protocol issue because South Africa happened to be a signatory of International Court of Justice, and because of the red corner notice or arrest warrant issued by ICC, if Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, would have traveled to South Africa, South African government had an obligation to arrest him. In Delhi, this was not the case, and probably why President Putin is not considering to come to Delhi is because of the two reasons. First, of course, there is an internal security situation in Moscow which is very fluid. We have seen just 2 months ago how Wagner Group chief President was in a way trying to dethrone or destabilize the Moscow government, and he had in fact marched with his 6,000 to 8,000 troops with all the modern weaponry towards Moscow, and just 200 kilometers short of Moscow, they have stopped because of the mediation by the Belarusian President Lukashenko, and the situation had calmed down. We have seen recently, just a few days ago, there has been a accidental death of also previously the Wagner chief, and the situation in Russia remains fluid. There has been fight going on. NATO is supplying Ukraine with all the advanced armory, weaponry. Training of Ukrainian forces on F-16 have also started. There are certain NATO members who have also assured Ukraine of supplying F-16. So it doesn't look like the war is going to end anytime soon in near months, because the kind of training with on special equipments or special fighter jets Ukrainian forces are going to get. That means that the fight is going to go on for months from now, and it doesn't look like there has been a strong advocacy or effort to create a conducive environment where the warring side could sit down and talk. While India has always maintained that there could only be a diplomatic solution that can happen through dialogue, because this conflict will not have a military solution, and for that to not happen, the conflict to have ceased, it needs both parties to sit together and talk about the issue. G7 has been insisting upon the countries around the world to condemn Russia. Ironically, G20 is a grouping which is almost divided on the issue of Russian action in Ukraine. One side is G7 bloc led by West and European countries and USA, Japan, of course, who have South Korea, of course, who have been increasingly condemning Russian action in Ukraine. But at the same time, there are BRICS member countries also who are part of, Russia, G20 countries, and then there are other countries also of Latin America which have not condemned the Russian action in Ukraine very focused way, and they have said that the situation should cease and the hostility should end, and people on the warring side should sit together and talk. So now Russia is saying that if the G7 will try to propagate this propaganda across on the issue of Ukrainian war, making it a case against Russia and China supporting Russia, they will clearly rely upon BRICS grouping to counter that propaganda. So will G20 become a fighting ground for the G7 nation and BRICS bloc? That remains to be seen, because India is in a very catch-22 situation. India has been a regular participation in G7 country meetings. Also, we have just seen how Prime Minister Modi was warmly welcomed in G7 summit talks in Japan. And India is also part of the BRICS country groups, which just had concluded its summit talks in Johannesburg, where Prime Minister Modi was also participating. So, uh, Russia has also said that they support Indian presidency, they support African Union's inclusion also in the overall G20 structure, and they support Global South voice, which India has always been underlining. But with all the parameters set, all the preparations on. The G7 and the Russia-China divide seems to be looming large on the upcoming G20 summit level talks in Delhi, and it will be real challenge for Delhi to negotiate a joint communique with all the members, bringing them together and creating a consensus to come out with a joint declaration, which has been a historical aspect of all the G20 summit level talks in Delhi.